I just want to say that I'm going to be the manager of this team, not just the coach, and I was really clear on that. And that is going to finish in 18 months, and then everyone is going to move on. That was the deal. That is my job, not to be a coach. If people cannot handle the Gary Nevilles and the criticisms of everything, we need to change the club.
Breaking news, I think you might have guessed it, is that Manchester United have sacked Ruben Amorim. He has gone.
Hello. So finally, you've generally seen the two of us, me and Arvind, at the podcast. We finally brought the whole gang to talk about all the fun stuff that's happening with Manchester United. To introduce my friends, that's Gaurav Kulkarni in the blue jersey. It's Gandhar Vaidya in the red jersey. And it's Aavishkae Paranjape in no jersey because he's protesting the fact that Man United are running things not that well currently. We'll hear about it from them soon, but before that, let me introduce Arvind. Hey man, what's up?
Thanks, Shrishailesh. Very honored to be on the show. It's, it's a long time coming, but I guess we'll try to keep the spotlight less on us and focus more on everything around Man United. We've got three diehard Red Devil fans, and it's rightfully so. Have to give them the space, platform, medium to express their grief.
Is it grief or is it maybe optimism for the future? So that's something.
Yeah, time defines it, but we'll very much.
So starting with the first thing, who saw this coming? Gaurav, Gandhar, Aavishkae, whoever wants to take up. I honestly didn't.
Same here.
I think I saw this coming after the performances in the last couple of months. We were playing really boring football, not good at all. And especially after players left for AFCON, we were terrible.
I mean,
Then this guy,
playing boring football, we are there. We are playing probably equally boring football, but sure, I see your point.
Yeah, but we were not used to it under Amorim at least. It started happening, especially after players left for AFCON.
Yeah.
And then when Bruno got injured, it became terrible. I couldn't watch the games against Wolves. I literally slept. I got up early to watch the game, but I couldn't stay past the halftime. So,
Man.
yeah, I think, and then the interviews happened. We all know.
Oh, man.
They were explosive, and somewhere I was feeling he'll get sacked, but I didn't expect it to be within 24 hours after the interview.
Yeah. It almost seemed like that guy was asking for it when he got sacked because he pretty much called out anybody and everybody out there, right? What do you think, Gandhar?
I think that's one shortcoming of Amorim. I think he was way too honest in all his press conferences. I feel even when players were not 100% fit, what we had done in the past is what we just patched them up, made them ready for this game, and then we lose them again for 2-3 months. But he was making sure that if the player is not 100%, not playing him. I found him very honest, which is why I think he probably at some point, as per the reports, I think he wanted Nuno Mensch in the first or the second window.
Wow.
Which didn't happen.
That's too
And
optimistic.
then he got Dorgu.
But honestly, Dorgu hasn't played that badly.
I mean,
He's
it
not
feels like if there's no one to look at, I mean, that's fine.
Exactly.
He's
Yeah,
the only
I
one,
feel
right?
there
He's
was
the only one. There's no competition.
Exactly. Yeah. Who do we compare him against? Right? We never had a left wing back kind of a player playing for United. There was Shaw maybe, but he was always LB. So
I
who do we
think,
compare him against?
Going back to if we saw this coming, I think after the press conference, I felt maybe they just make a decision. I think it all comes down to the board's ego or the owner's ego at this point, right? I don't think this decision is results driven or the progress driven. I know fifth or sixth, staying there with such performances. I think there's like a 3 points gap between the fifth and the 12th or 10th position, I think, right now.
Yeah.
So even one game week can just pull you down to the bottom half, right? So that's not
No, I
very
mean,
realistic.
honestly, performances wise, I think all the teams around that same zone, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
they have all been pretty up and down. Like Chelsea, 1, 2 in the last 10. Liverpool have been shocking. I don't know how they're winning. Man United have not had great performances, but they haven't lost games either. They've been drawing games consistently. So it almost, and see, if somebody was supposed to sack him when the performances are bad, the time when he was losing against Grimsby and like the whole time when he was losing horribly, he should have been sacked. The fact that they had a meeting, they backed him, and they said, go ahead. It seems like something probably went wrong between the last, whatever, like 1 week, right?
Yeah. But when he was losing against Grimsby, he was just what, 8 months in, I
Yeah.
think. And recently we had spent, like back then we had spent what, 250 million for his players.
Yeah.
So sacking him again, I guess what Gandhar said, it comes down to, it shows you basically that the management didn't know what they were doing when they backed him. So if you sack him immediately, it's a ego thing.
Man, but the thing is, it's so, how do I say, very not poetic, but it's like the player that hasn't performed under him, the striker, the day he leaves, the next game he scores
Yeah,
goals and amazing finishes.
yeah. Two really nice finishes. Yeah,
I mean, honestly, I thought he'll get his hat trick today because
yeah.
he missed another third chance. I think, was it a header or was it a like a left foot volley? He missed a chance. I thought he'll get his hat trick.
It was a goal
There's a half
line
volley.
clearance as
Correct.
well.
There's one half volley, and then there's one
Goal
great
line
save by
clearance. Yeah,
Dubravka.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
It is crazy because in the last press conference, I felt like, I mean, I honestly, when I first saw the press conference, I didn't realize. I thought Amorim is being Amorim because
Hmm.
pretty much in every press conference he keeps giving like data out. Oh, I took this player out. Oh, it was tactical and something else. But this time he kept saying head coach and the manager thingy
The
multiple,
manager thing. Yeah.
which was crazy.
The,
Like then, yeah, go on.
I was going to provide a sort of neutral perspective here. I was listening to that press conference as well, and my thoughts that came to my mind, and I have another friends WhatsApp group. The things that I texted on the group was uh, Amarim says he will die by the 3-4-3 formation. Like
Hmm.
even though he said the manager and head coach kind of a comments, what stuck by me were these comments, which is his emphasis on the formation as to and nothing's wrong with the formation. That was one of the things that stood out to me. And I honestly, it didn't occur to me that they could sack him or they will sack him because the news around the press was more so around Chelsea sacking Maresca and the sort of at least my sort of focus or my focus or news feeds were on Chelsea and Maresca. The things I wrote, as I wrote in the group was Amarim says he will die by 3-4-3, and people can go to hell, pretty much on those lines. And I also wrote this saying that if United were to sack Amarim, this would be the
Amorim.
best time. Like go get Mariska.
Yeah.
Those were my lines. But I honestly didn't think that like push will come to shove. So
No,
and
Yeah,
go
I
for
go
it,
mean
on.
Avishka.
this is the stupidest decision the club can make, and I'm going to talk
Wow,
from the. I
trade
mean,
him.
uh, I'm going to talk
That's
from a fan's perspective because like Gandhar and Gaurav here are more technical. Like they have watched enough games, they know the technicalities of the game. I'm more like I watch it for the fun, and so
Yeah.
like how thick-skulled you need to be to
Wow.
fire someone after like giving him 14 months, just 14 months, and then giving him like $300 million, and they could have fired him at the start of the season, but like I don't see the sense behind
No.
firing him in the middle of the season. I mean, like, and I mean, it is not as if we are failing miserably. Like we were still in the reach of top five. We could have done better, but then
So
out of the blue, like I think he just rub the owners in the wrong way, and pun is not intended here.
Yeah. I
That's a
think I don't agree with the fact that we are not doing good. I mean, if you look at it, 19 games, what, 31 points? So
33.
yeah.
33?
no,
But
31, I think. So 38 games,
32.
essentially what, 60 points max,
yeah.
which is what, Europa League position, maybe seventh, eighth, and that's where we
32.
finished. Yeah, but that's where we finished 2 seasons back under ETH, and
Yeah.
he was sacked for
But
that.
But
So
won't that still
but
be
the major
considered?
so,
success
go ahead.
compared to last
No,
season.
yeah, some progress compared to last season,
Eh,
given where
Yeah,
well
but the only reason I think we are sixth right now is because, as Shrishailesh was saying, right? Other teams are not doing good.
Or horrible.
No,
So
also one more point. So the main difference between ETH side and Amorim side is we didn't have a playing style when we were with ETH.
fair.
Like it was all the goals that were coming in, they were they were coming out of the players' own brilliance, not out of a playing style or the system. Amorim was getting I mean, we did have like a playing style. We could see the passes, everyone like, moving the ball around very quickly, the passes coming in, crosses coming in, and so on. So I don't think, like, given enough time, I think Amorim would have turned this team around as the song goes. But
yeah,
Maybe
just
this
to
is too early in just a point. Maybe this is too early in the conversation, but just one liner, right? For Liverpool, at least when Klopp came in. Like the funniest thing for me was the first season he went to the Europa League final, lost it. Pretty much Amorim also got to the Europa League
Yeah.
final. See, that year Liverpool didn't finish in the European places for the next season. Like, see, 17th, 12th, it doesn't matter. Eventually he got them to the Europa League final.
I think they
And
finished eighth that
was
season. I
getting
remember.
yeah, exactly. Like it doesn't matter, right? I mean, once you're outside the European places, like who cares? So he got there, and the second season, Liverpool started well, but in the middle of the season, they were losing like crazy. They were conceding 4 goals, 3 goals to anyone and everyone, and you
Mhm.
didn't know if they were going to finish in the top four. Honestly, I think at the end, they got lucky with a few results going here, there. Like some Liverpool players came from Brazilian duty the previous evening and then scored 2 goals. Whatever, it got lucky. I felt like Amorim and United aren't too far off. See, they might not be playing that well as Gaurav said, but they weren't too far off. You just need one split run of games where you have 5 games where you maybe win 3 or 4, you get a lucky break, like maybe things go here, there, a deflection. And at the end of the season, if even after the first season, the gameplay hasn't improved, the team hasn't finished in the top 5, if all of these things go bad, then sure, you can consider his position. But at this point, to think like, okay, like whatever, it purely has to come down to ego, right? Performances have nothing to do with this. But
I
do
mean,
you do you think he brought this upon himself with those press conferences?
see, they knew who they were hiring when they hired him. Like,
That's
if
it.
you have seen the interviews that the I forgot the name, who is the head of the Aneos?
Jim
Yeah.
Ratcliffe.
Jim
Jim
Ratcliffe.
Ratcliffe, yeah.
My bad. Like if you saw his interview, like he said that I love him because he's so passionate. Like he's up on his face. Like he tells me to f off and so on.
Yeah.
So they
Okay.
knew who they were getting, and it makes no sense to fire him now that he's, I guess, talking against them.
Yeah, but you have to back your passion with results. I feel if I don't see the results. I mean, I like Amorim. Don't get me wrong, but we have system now, as you were saying. It's much better than ETH. A lot of youngsters have actually, I feel they have improved under him. For example, Aiden Haven,
Yeah.
such a good defender. No one saw that coming. He's
Yeah.
so good. Uh,
It's a,
yeah, I mean,
it's very unfortunate that he scored an own goal today, but yeah, I get your point. I
yeah,
get
yeah, I know. That was an unfortunate goal. I mean, I don't think it was his mistake at all.
yeah.
But if you look at the overall system, the overall table, like I know he had a system, but he was never ready to adopt. Like we played so good against Newcastle, back four,
Yeah.
uh, clean sheet, one after a long time, and really strong performance. Then why do you switch to 3-4-3 again against Wolves? I guess Wolves was the next game. and that too immediately. And okay,
Mm.
back four worked, back three didn't work. Next game against Leeds, again switch back to for why play back three again there. So that, I mean, I know he was passionate and everything, but you have to back your passion with results.
Gaurav, I
That
think
that
you're
makes sense.
getting to adaptability as a as a skill set for a manager. Just to take a step back, I pulled up some interesting numbers for Amarim and United in general, of course. So United under Amarim this season, right? Goals per season, as per Opta stats, goals per game is 1.7, and they are like third in the table for goals scored. Shots
Yeah,
per
I saw
game
that.
is 16.1, which is first in Premier League, and XG per game is 1.8, that is third, and
Mhm.
big chances per goal is 2.75, that is fourth. The point I'm trying to get to is, if we look at stats and numbers as a whole, and they definitely don't lie, United are a
Yeah.
pretty solid attacking team. How much ever you sort of complain about the formation, or the overall gameplay. The point I'm trying to get to is, such good attacking stats and numbers cannot, or you cannot get there without the formation being effective or good. It has we can always, sort of, argue till like cows come home as to, what is it, because a lot of this is qualitative. Point I'm trying to make is, he wasn't as bad. There was definitely improvements in the numbers, visible gameplay, maybe not as much, but he was definitely,
Mhm.
like making good improvements across the board.
And
You know,
one point here, I mean, it also comes down to the personality of the manager. I mean, if he's a weak manager, the players overrule him, like what we saw under ETH.
yeah,
And if he's a strong manager, like he literally shown the door, like Rashford and
yeah,
Garnacho, like
that's
he
actually a
shown
bit.
them the door, like, and that was the
Even
most
Sancho.
important thing. And he was
Yeah.
finally, I think, getting through, like removing all the, I don't want to say waste, but like the players who were
Deadwood,
not
yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah.
fit
No,
into
but
So
fit into his.
there's a I mean, honestly, the stats I saw, even I was looking at the stats and I was honestly surprised that they were so high, because I've had countless fights with Gandhar where I said United are crap. But and he keeps defending them, saying no, the numbers are good. And I saw the numbers and I was honestly very surprised to see like how good they are, because it is, as you mentioned, right, they are first in certain categories, third in certain categories, fourth in certain categories.
Yep.
It almost seems like it's just a matter of luck. Like, honestly, I don't want to admit it, but I think that
Hmm.
at some point it comes
His
down to a matter of luck, where three shots, you take three shots, you get two deflections.
eh,
Honestly, see, I'm a Liverpool fan. I've seen enough Mo Salah goals. His shots are horrible. Half of his goals shouldn't even go in. There
Yeah.
are deflections and it goes in and it looks good. Like, honestly, I feel like that is a stroke of luck which maybe Amorim needed. Maybe three like goal line clearances today, right? Right?
I
Mm-hmm.
think there's a bit of like squad depth as well. Like
Yep.
suddenly in AFCON, what
Definitely.
happened was we lost the whole right side. We
Yeah.
don't have Ahmad. We don't. I'm just talking about the last month, okay?
Right, right, right.
Because I think we only had one good result against Newcastle, and I think we were very lucky in that game to have not
Yeah,
lost that game.
Mm.
They probably had like 10, 12 shots maybe.
yeah.
Probably three or four very good or very close chances or very close calls that could have been goals, and we would have lost that game maybe 3-1 or 2-1, whatever. The whole right side is gone. At this point of time, I think he thinks, okay, I cannot uh, make the 3-4-3 formation work or 3-4-2-1 work. At that point, he goes back to back four.
Yeah.
And I think there was a press, and at that time, I think there was a press conference after a game. And he
Yeah.
said, press conference or an interview, I don't remember. But he said, if I look back at the last year, I wish I could have done things differently.
Mhm.
Maybe he's talking about just being more just flexible around the formation or around the system. And see, he spent around 200 to 50 million whatever in the summer or on attack. I
Yeah.
think he wanted a midfielder as well,
Yeah. 100%.
right? Yeah.
100%.
So he didn't get that backing. Again, I think this January he wanted a midfielder and he was not backed again. Or
But are there any good midfielders who can maybe take that bar above for United? Like, for example, the ones that, according to the rumors, are Baleba, or you have
Elliot
Wharton,
Anderson.
like, right, Elliot
Elliot
Anderson.
Anderson,
Like,
Wharton,
Elite Anderson, yeah.
all of these players pretty much close to 100 million. I'm sure like nobody is going to go for less than 60, 70 at least. Like the fact that
And it's
there is,
difficult to buy such high profile players in Jan.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
So my point is like if he wanted a player, sure, he could get back, but is anybody coming in going to be better than what you already have? Because honestly, you
maybe
have,
better than Ugarte.
sure, but
I
sure,
disagree on this point.
sure.
Ugarte was signed by Amorim, and he was good for first season. He might have like his
Was
form dipped, I think, for this season.
no, Ugarte was signed
He
by
was,
ETH, I think.
yeah, I
oh,
don't think
It,
it was signed by
I
he
Amorim.
was signed in the season
Yeah,
prior
I
No,
think,
no,
but
to Amarim.
ETH didn't play him much, or I guess
As much.
ETH was fired by the time Ugarte actually started playing. I don't know. I don't
but
remember
no, I
that.
mean, like what I'm
Yeah,
saying is, in the first half season of Amorim, he was playing really well, and then for this season, his form dipped,
yeah,
and I think that should be okay. I mean, like not all the time you are going to be firing on all the cylinders, right? Like
yeah.
every player
But
has its own dip in the form.
but he
but
The,
was
the problem
consistently
with
not good.
the
That's the
problem with
problem.
playing against alongside Casemiro is you need a
Hmm.
yeah,
fast
Fast, yeah,
midfielder.
yeah.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
if
I mean, I think
like what
it.
happens is if you play
Yeah,
Bruno
go
in a
on, go on.
double pivot,
Yeah,
sorry, if you play Bruno in a double pivot, which is doing right now with Casemiro,
yeah,
um, if Casemiro covers the left side and Bruno, it basically transforms to a single pivot when United have the possession.
yeah,
Yeah.
And at that point of time, Casemiro just can cover one side of the pitch.
yeah,
The other side is just free to run for the opposition. So I think
Yeah,
most of
yeah.
that's what Amorim always spoke about, right? Like we are very bad in defending transitions.
yeah.
Hmm.
I think,
So
I
if
mean,
you
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at
but
the goals
in
scored,
his current formation, say he had gotten Baleba in Jan. So who would you drop? Like, where are you going to play Bruno if that happens?
number
Because
10.
he
No,
was not ready
I
to play
think
Bruno
Bruno
as number
and
10.
correct, but I would have said Bruno and Baleba would have been the midfield then because
Yeah,
Bruno had
yep,
started to play like the deeper or deep lying playmaker, and he was coming good. To be honest, he did show
yeah.
good adaptation, and as a more of
Yeah,
a deeper
of
lying
course, yeah,
playmaker. So that would have played out well as well. Could have.
he did. Yeah,
Like to have those numbers just playing as a six, I
as
yeah.
a
think it's
six. Yeah,
incredible in
no,
Premier League.
that's
That's funny. I mean, as a split side, like I've seen so many, of course, Man United goals. There have been Bruno doesn't have the defensive instincts where like a player runs off his back, he doesn't run back. So I would have thought like whatever, like mark him into the box and that midfielder sort of goes free. I would have honestly thought had he gotten Baleba, because if you remember, Bruno was the number 10 under Amorim at Sporting. So if maybe Baleba comes in, he
mm,
plays with either a Casemiro or Nugarte, Bruno goes to number 10, and as you rightly mentioned, right, if he has these numbers from number 6, like from a deep line position, from a number 10, he
yeah,
could have affected the game so much better. Like the first season under, was it Ole? Where he had some 20 goals
Yep.
and assists and stuff. Like, it could have been that,
Goal
right?
Ole.
contributions, yeah.
no,
But
today he played number 10, right?
Number 10
and
as well.
he did
See the
play
Yes.
the
pass for Sesko's goal.
exactly.
It was
But
so
I
good.
mean, but isn't it coming to a point where it's like a 80 million player, especially given that Man United are in financial difficulty where they had to fire people
That's
in the
another
club.
that's
Like,
another point of
I mean,
discussion.
in,
Yeah.
in the sense that how do you? I don't know. It is very interesting to say as a manager, you're unhappy that you're not getting backed. Sure, like I understand that. I'm sure Maresca said the same stuff. You have like every other manager who cries that oh they don't get the backing enough players. Guardiola, despite getting 500 million, still cries I don't have enough squad depth. Can't do much about it. But was it as bad for him to call people out in the conference, like press conference? Is what I'm wondering
No, I
because he had
I
something
think he
good
was just
going.
frustrated to. Yeah, I think he was just frustrated that
Yeah.
he was not getting the right kind of the players. he wanted that would fit his formation or his style. Just to
Yeah.
provide a counter argument and playing devil's advocate here, pun intended. I also pulled up. I was looking at some of the defensive numbers that United have this season under Amorim.
Mm.
Goals conceded per goal
That's
or
what.
per
Yeah.
game is 1.5. That is their 14th. Shots allowed per game, they're
It's a good number.
11.4. They're seventh. XG allowed is 1.34 per game. So that is seventh again. And big chances allowed per game is 2.3. That puts them at 12 again. My overall argument,
Okay.
because I quoted the attacking numbers and said that the formation does work
Mm.
somewhere. My counter argument to the
Yeah.
same formation discussion is the formation works, but probably only the front half of the formation works. And what I mean by that the front three are good,
Mm-hmm.
the midfield two are solid and good. They have days, but where they lack the
They are all,
most,
yeah.
it's I don't know. I go back to those Instagram reels where like at the front they have like an horse and and they I don't want to go the rest of it. What I'm
Yeah.
trying to make
Yeah.
is
Start. Yeah.
defensively is where they are lacking. And again, not probably this is my theory. Probably not because they don't have quality players. They have arguably Shaw is of course barring his injury,
Playing well.
definitely fights for like one of the best left backs in Premier League in the last 10 years. They have Maguire, who's slow,
Mm-hmm.
but then defensively he's solid. Delit, probably almost the same profile. He won Golden Boy, when he was 18, 19. Again, he's definitely someone who has great potential. Lenny Yoro, Aiden, all showing promise. And Mazraoui got signed by Bayern once
Hazarao is
again
doing
to
very
show
well.
that
And
He's
you're
actually
forgetting
probably
Vicha, man. The pillar of defense,
yeah.
Lisandro Martinez.
the
Oh,
and Lisandro
the
Martinez.
butcher.
Uh,
Yep.
all that to say is all of these players conventionally and over the period of their careers have always played in the back four. So the if you attribute like
Mm-hmm.
muscle memory as a skill set, they all have been trained positionally to best perform and function in a back four. I think back three didn't the whole essence and concept of back three didn't really bode well, or the players couldn't really adapt to it, which meant that positionally they were sort of dragged too thin at the back, and hence being exposed, and that's where all of these defensive numbers show up.
I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
and I
one
guess.
thing is
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
in the summer, you spend 250 in attacking whatever talent because last year there were no
Precisely,
goals. Sure, like
defensively,
of course,
yes.
defense a bit iffy, that's fine. But I think they were still fine. I mean, I don't think they are conceding goals left, right, and center where like they are not conceding what 4 goals every game. Bournemouth was a one-off. You can't really do much about it. But I think pretty much Spurs conceded 3, Liverpool conceded 2.
I, I,
Like
I think
Bournemouth are
that is
scoring against
also
a lot of.
because how no, I was going to say them not conceding as much, but the defensive sort of numbers being as average is, in my opinion, is also likely because how good Sane Lemons has been. He has arguably been,
Hmm.
better shot stopper than Onana. So that also meant that
Yeah.
he was able
Oh,
to
yeah.
fence out a lot more shots thrown at him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's the best addition in defense this
what a
year, I
signing.
think.
So
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
But our
I,
defenders were also injured from time to time. I mean, especially this season. So, like Mazrui, Maguire, like those weren't available for, I don't know, last how many matches. So, I
even
mean, I think
Lisandro,
Gandhar and
even
Gaurav
Lisandro
have some
has been
counterpoints
injured
to
for,
that.
even Lisandro has been injured for
no,
what,
even
2 or
even even Delete, right? Even Delete, he was
they,
playing so good,
yeah,
and then he
yeah.
got injured, and at the same time, Maguire got injured. So Euro and Heaven had to step up.
So
I
I'm
They
think
are
saying
so young.
that
It's
the average numbers in defense could be because of just that
that
we had too many injuries.
I think
and
it
there
all
was
there's
Diego
this
Dallo who
point
doesn't
I'd
seem to
like
get
to go
injured.
back. Yeah,
Sorry.
What's
frustrating.
that?
Anyway, there's one point I would like to go back to, which someone mentioned. I keep forgetting. I think maybe Chari mentioned about luck.
Yeah.
Sesko was on a 2 games. I think he was scoring consecutive games. He scored, and then he got injured, I think.
Oh
Oh,
yes,
So
that
that was a
was
bad
bad for sure.
timing.
Yep.
And then yeah, and then Delete and Hayden and Euro had a good partnership, and then Delete
Mm-hmm.
got injured. Same time we lost Maguire as well, because I think
Yeah.
he only trusts. The other thing about Amorim is like he's not flexible, right? Because he only wants to play Delete and Maguire at this center position, no
Mm-hmm.
matter who's available or who's not available.
Yeah.
He doesn't trust anyone else. Like I think at some point of time you have to give this responsibility to the players to adapt as a right center back, maybe, or not just play as a central center back.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think Euro was available, and then he started playing Aiden Heaven just because Euro is just the right center back in his world.
Yep.
But again, I just thought like yeah. So
And I
No,
guess he
now
wanted that central player to be of a of like a how you say it, like a person with who
big,
is heavy
big
enough in a
burly, big
way. Yeah, like
burly.
big enough in a way. So
has
Delete and
the
Maguire
strength to
fit the
hold
profile,
on. Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like a last guy in
But
the last line of defense type of
I
thing.
think eventually, like overall as a conversation, it almost seems like there has been a big factor of luck, but there has been a big issue of him also not willing to adapt even slightly, even to the point where he's like, okay, let's try something else. Maybe let's do something else.
Yeah.
I think that is probably where the friction got to a level where, like as Avishkar mentioned, right? United knew what they were getting as a strong personality, as a big manager. But
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
so unless you have either the trophies to show for it, or the results to show for it, or the league position to show for it,
The thing.
you
Yeah.
can't give ultimatum to people to say, give me this or I'm leaving. I think that was too early in his tenure.
Yeah.
On the lighter note, I have one thing to add here. I mean, not exactly related to what we are talking, but maybe there is a Marathi quote called "मोडेन पण वाकणार नाही," and he could be he's
Please
from that
trans-
region, I guess.
translate, please.
What's that?
Translate, please.
translate.
Also, yeah. So in English, like it somewhat translates to that. I won't surrender. No, let
I
me.
won't break. I would rather, sorry, I would rather
I would
break
rather
than
Yeah,
break
bend,
than
than I
Then,
bend.
then.
bend, sort of thing.
I didn't want to. I
Junaid.
Yeah.
didn't want to use the word bend. I didn't want to use the word bend, so I was thinking of something else. But
No, but it pretty
Hmm.
much came
And
down.
it comes, I think, his same stubbornness, right? It also comes into how much control he wants on everything. Yeah, I like.
The
So
manager.
there are
Yeah,
now
yeah, yeah.
too many things that he wants control of, and too many things he's stubborn about, right? Oh, I won't change my formation. Oh, I want the say in scouting department. I want the say in who we get or who we sell. How do I play? Like no one let me be. No one should interfere in what I'm
so
doing.
that's what the
Yeah.
manager is for, right? So when
But
Not
he's
Ferguson
not
was
in not in the direct not in the DOF led systems. Like that's
Correct.
not
Yeah.
how not the director of football led systems, right?
Yeah.
That's
I also
not
think what.
that's the club. Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah, go
Go
ahead, go
go
ahead.
ahead, Gandhar. Finish your point.
No, I was just going to say one thing that in the director of football led clubs,
yeah.
the club decides the vision, club decides how team plays, or like everyone
Yeah.
has different roles, and then coaches come and go.
Yeah.
Things don't change.
You know,
Yeah.
So
actually,
I
So
it
think
it seems like
there the visions clash
United is stuck somewhere in between, in the sense that you
in
see
between. Yeah.
can I
Chelsea purely gone to, we are going to buy players, we are going to do
Yep.
everything, come and coach. Like for
Yep.
example, even Liverpool for that matter, like Arne Slot has sometimes said, "Oh, too many players changed." It seems like the club is bringing in players. Even Arsenal, although Arteta has an opinion on who comes in, if you look at the news, it's almost that Andrea Berta or whoever their technical director is, whoever Edu was earlier, like they
Edu.
basically Edu,
I
right?
do. Yeah.
They were the ones who were actually like speaking to players, and Berta, I think, was the one who contacted
Hmm.
Gyökeres and got him eventually. So it almost seems like Amorim wants a lot of control, like Ferguson or whatever the earlier managers, but the
Yeah.
club
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
moved to a point where, as you mentioned, right, the DOF led like a path. But like that brings to a good question, like point, Gaurav. Do you think a DOF led path is what United should go to? eventually? Is that where you would think they'll find success eventually?
I mean, they should choose one path,
The
is
other
what I
side.
feel like.
I
As you were
agree. Yeah.
saying, right? It's stuck right now. Because I remember when Ineos bought, whatever the percent of United, and then Cliff was giving his interviews,
Yeah.
he had said, we are going to take control of the sporting
Control of
side of
the
things.
admin. Yes.
We are
Yeah.
going to establish a culture, and we'll set up a system where coaches won't matter. We'll buy players for the future of the club and not for the manager. And that's what we are doing for last, what, 5 managers now. We bought players that would suit Ole, but then
Yeah.
ETH came in, completely different system. They didn't suit ETH, so we had to sell them. Then the deadwood part comes in. Now
Yeah.
Amorim came in, doesn't suit the system. We don't have players to play 3-4. Yeah, we should have given him more time, maybe. Maybe things
Yeah.
would have changed, but
Uh,
I feel like United needs to choose one path. Either be manager dependent or let the upper management handle everything.
And do you guys not feel like the Manchester United are kind of stuck in the same cycle? Like whenever they hire a new manager, they let that manager run his own show, like get new players, change the
Yeah,
system,
That has
and then
always happened,
Yeah.
I
when
think.
when short-term results dip and the structure, long-term thinking, everything goes out of the
exactly. Yeah,
window,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. Yeah.
then they react emotionally rather than strategically. I mean, they don't think like in the long term,
Long term.
like how it is
Yeah.
going to play out in the long term.
I
Yeah,
They get
agree.
exactly. And that's exactly what I was saying. Since Ineos bought, Amorim is first Ineos manager. ETH
Right.
was Glazer manager. So since Ineos bought the club, and he said the things, if they are going down the path of Wilcox setting up the system and then
Yes.
coaches come and go, great, then this would work. Like I don't think Cunha, Mbeumo, or Sesko for that matter are players for the manager. They are the players for
They
United. They
definitely
will
And
suit
fit in any
Amarim.
system.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I
Exactly.
hope so
yeah, yeah. Of course, I hope so too.
No, I
yeah.
think.
But
Yeah.
because
I.
the
Yeah. Go on. Sorry.
there's one issue with this, right? Like Amorim got rid of all the wingers that we had. If a
Mm,
new manager comes in,
Yes.
say if we want to play 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3
yeah.
or 4-4-2 for that matter, every formation needs a winger,
Mhm.
pretty
Who
much.
who
And
was
I
it?
think
Lacey? Lacey is your winger?
This is a
He
Lacey,
was
left.
so good today. He played
He's a
what, 10 minutes?
left-footed right
see,
winger.
Ahmad
Yes.
can, yeah, so
Ahmad
Ahmad,
can play, even Mbeumo
Ahmad
can play
can,
right
I
wing.
MUN
would.
can play, but I don't think Cunha, Mount, or Bruno are left wingers.
No.
We need
Cunha.
someone like Rashford.
I would say
Aavishkae would like
Cunha
that,
is.
yeah.
I would say Cunha
Rashford or
is
Garnacho?
a right winger.
I mean,
Cunha is more of a
Yeah.
cam, I think.
He's a
He's
floater
good as a
to
shadow
say.
striker.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Exactly.
shadow
He's good
striker
as a
cam
shadow striker.
of
Agree.
wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
right
mean,
now the last thing that the United need is Lord Rashford. I mean,
I
we
think he'll
absolutely
come
don't
back.
need
I.
no,
We want MB back.
Yeah, we are.
him
no.
be back.
Rashford is actually doing amazingly at Barcelona. That guy is scoring goals for
Good for
fun.
him. I mean, really good for him. Like, I want him to be happy. I want him to like Barcelona so much that he gets like there for permanently. I don't want him back at United
And
because
I,
at United he was playing like an amateur player.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
he
I
he
I'd
had too.
probably.
What do you say? Too much power here.
I mean, I want him to succeed there, or I don't know, like play his style in Barcelona in the way that he doesn't have to give interviews. He doesn't have to show up at orphanages, and like he doesn't have to do that extra PR work that he keeps doing when he was
brutal.
at United.
Yeah.
No, I
I,
think
Yeah,
like
you if
jokes
you.
aside, I think the problem with Rashford purely was that United and Rashford are too closely connected. Like as a player, he is from Manchester. He's done so much for people
Yeah,
around Manchester during COVID, and the amount of pressure on him was also crazy. Where honestly, he just didn't have the ability or the mentality to cope with it. Like I think, frankly,
I
His
would.
it's
attitude was shit.
I
yeah,
would
I
say,
agree.
yeah, I would say he had the ability, like the technical skills. It's the mentality and sort of the work ethic is probably where he lacked the
yeah.
most.
He was too
And that
lazy, I felt. Too
Yeah.
lazy.
and that
Too much
didn't
He was a
definitely
effort.
bode well
proper
with
modern day
Amarim.
footballer.
No, see
Yeah,
the see now Rashford, I think at this point is pretty much gone. In the sense that even if he comes back, I
Yeah.
don't think as
yeah,
a
yeah.
club
He's gone.
wants
Yeah,
him, and they've pretty much his is actually, that's a very funny question. Is Jadon Sancho still on your books?
Oh no,
Yes, he's on loan.
I mean, I think,
No,
but end
He's
of
the,
the
on
year
loan
they
at
have to buy
Chelsea.
him, right, or something.
No, I don't think there is a
Aston Villa.
necessary
No, Aston Villa.
clause. Oh,
so
Aston Villa. I
when I
don't think
was
there is a
when I was
has to
growing
buy.
I
up,
think it's an
uh,
obligation to buy if they qualify for Champions League or something, I believe.
oh,
I actually really love Jadon Sancho, and the reason being, when I was growing up, I was always taught to love the freedom fighters, and he's one. Like when I see
wow.
look at him, I find a real freedom fighter where he's, I don't know, he doesn't want to play, he's fighting for that freedom that I don't want to play. So good for him.
Wow, I did not see that. I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming.
Yeah. So
No,
One
apparently
but
there is
technical,
no.
I
Insight.
was like, what are you
There
saying?
is. Yeah,
no, but
I
absolutely. He
mean,
said there is no
yeah.
buy
actually,
clause, mandatory buy clause
he
for
is making
Sancho.
a difference. No, but he is making a difference at Aston Villa. Like the thing is, I remember, was it
Is he?
Chelsea game where he came as a halftime substitute and he actually made a difference to the game. The I mean, see, I think the problem is at this
Even
point.
Lindelof is playing well in Aston Villa.
Oh, really? Is he?
Yeah,
Uh,
he's playing
Yeah,
good.
he's starting again alongside Konsa every game.
Wow. I
No,
He,
think
it's a well.
he played against United as well, right?
Yeah, he played against United as well. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think you're missing McTominay, the greatest midfield goal scorer after Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
Man, no, but
and
but yeah, go on.
I'll tell you a memory of mine. So I visited Old Trafford. I think 2023 or four was it? 24 I think. And
Okay.
that I attended a match between Liverpool and United. And when I was looking, like I was watching that match, and United won that 4-3 at the 120th minute. But
FA Cup.
that's yeah,
Yeah, these guys remember too.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
That
so
clear reason.
the reason I'm bringing that up is I have seen McTominay play, and that guy had one of the. I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched that many matches live, but that guy knew where to be at whenever there was an attack. Like he
Yeah,
was at the
positional
right
sense.
place
Yeah.
perfectly, and at each during each attack. I mean, that was like, and when like we let him go, he joined Napoli. I think I was talking to Gaurav, and I said like this guy was really good. Like with a little bit better coaching, he could have been one of the best, and we let him go.
Yeah.
I
And
think we had
now
to let him
I
go
think
because of financial fair play. I think.
Hmm.
Oh,
Because
and
he was academic player, right? So we didn't have to
oh,
Like
like
pure
what
profit.
he was like
zero
that would have
dollar
100%
been pure.
profit.
That would have been pure
expenses sort
profit.
of. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think Garnacho earned you a good amount of money that way. Going for 40 million, was it? To Chelsea?
Yeah.
Is sucking it up. So
Yeah. 40.
good business for you, right?
I think
I
after Ronaldo, McTominay, and when we sold Ronaldo to Real Madrid, after that I think McTominay and Garnacho are the
Garnacho.
only positive outgoings in our who made money to the club.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
if you
it's
look at it.
So
unfortunate that a lot of maybe mistakes or issues for United are still probably just around to kind of like bring up memories in the sense that somebody goes away, plays well, and then you're like, I wish I had him. Or somebody comes into the club and like plays so badly, you're like, oh man, like why didn't we sign him? But you have what you have. Given this, now see the point is this squad, I don't know what this is tailored for, as Kandar said. Is it a 4-3-3 squad? I don't know. Is it a 3-4-2-1 squad? I don't know. Like, what squad is it? I don't know. So, in terms of choosing the next manager, like when you have to go, what do you think as a club they do? Like, agreed, if it's a director of football model, you basically pick a manager to come in. Like, what are the options available? See, summer, I think right now it's going to be a caretaker manager, whoever that is. But in the summer, probably they'll try to get the manager that they're actually looking for. In terms of managers that they can honestly sign, pretty much most of the bigger managers are at either a national team or a club team, whatever. You have Glasner, Iraola, Maresca, who's free currently, or like who else is available? Is what I'm trying to get to. Like, and
There's
half of
there's
them, what
there's
I
a
mean,
play badly,
I mean, there is Julian Nagelsmann as well, right?
but is
He
he with
but
Germany?
Nagelsmann.
he's with Germany. Yeah,
he's coaching some club right now.
No, no,
he's
he's
with
with
German
National
Germany.
team
national team.
Germany.
National
Oh, he's
national
a
team.
German national team
Yeah,
manager.
German
Oh wow.
national.
Yes.
Oh wow, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
I
So
think just start of last year, I think he signed a contract until 2028, I think.
yeah.
Oh man.
I mean,
But
at
Yeah,
this
I used to like him.
I
time,
think it
sorry,
will
go ahead.
change in the summer depending on how the World Cup goes. If the World Cup is bad for Germany, I don't think he
Yeah.
will go till the end of his contract, right? But that's again a very risky game to play. Yeah.
That I think that's going to be a big problem since the World Cup is in this summer because
Yeah.
we'll probably have to wait till the World Cup is over. But then by then it will be too late
That yeah.
to
That's
get the manager.
my
Yeah.
non-fan theory
You
is
have to
that they
choose a
should
club manager.
probably they should probably try to hire a full-time manager right away. My theory is this summer being the World Cup summer, and let's say they want to go for a Tuchel or a Nagelsmann, even the manager won't be available for the most part of the preseason. Usually, the complaint with summers
Yeah,
with World Cup is that players aren't available. In this case, even the manager won't be available to sort of get the head start they want. As I see it,
yeah,
it's probably more. It makes in my view it makes more sense to get someone full time right now, so they sort of have a half a season of call it a preseason, or to sort of get their ideas through to the players, and they would have an extended summer that way. At least as the hierarchy, if I was the hierarchy, I would say at least we give the manager time instead of going or trying to go for a big name in the summer who probably won't get enough time, and that might then you might then be perennially stuck in the loop of, hey, we didn't have enough time to prepare, and yada yada yada. But
yeah.
that's my very
But
left
who's
field.
available right now?
I-
I mean,
so
do
both
you have
Glasner
time, or do
and
you want to hear another? Sorry.
no, I was going to say both
Oh, go ahead,
And
Glasner
go ahead.
and
No,
Ari,
Glasner is not
and they
available.
only no, they
He's
are in the last 6 months of their contract. My point I'm trying to say at present is they're probably cheaper to go buy or get them right now than going
hmm,
for someone who's going to be available post World Cup. Avishkar, you were saying something.
yeah.
no, but I have one like issue with the options that you're recommending, in the sense that, see, now uh Amorim was a again like a very eccentric character, very upfront in the media. Glasner, when I see him in the media, at least in the summer when Gehi was supposed to come to Liverpool or leave Crystal Palace, he threw this big fuss. Oh, I'll quit. I'll do this. I'll do that. Now Maresca, who's free right now, again had this stupid fight where he like came and said worst 48 hours of my life and this and that. I am wondering, after this,
Yeah, I think
the manager that you want, don't you want a manager who is more level headed? Like, won't you want to have somebody who's calmer, who can maybe get through?
that's
But
going to be my argument as well. Yeah.
that's the problem, right? You want a manager that has character. As Avishkar was saying, he was impressed by how like he was not aggressive, but Amorim had a character. If
Yeah,
you get a manager that has character, there are going to be clashes. So I think
Fair enough. Yeah.
I guess it comes down to what I was saying before, that we first have to decide what
what
path
model?
we have to
What
take.
philosophy they
It
want
doesn't
to
matter
go
which
through.
big name we bring.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even if we get, say, we get whoever manager we want right now, is he going to get the players he wants? Is he going to be in cohesion with director of football or whatever? I mean, if we are going to repeat the same cycle in 2 years, it doesn't make sense.
Fair,
So
Yeah,
fair, fair. I
I
think
don't think we should go for Glasner because he plays
yeah, I don't
a
think so
three four
too.
three
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
Yeah.
and yeah,
We don't
I
Gandhar
have
just
is so
players for
scarred,
3-4-3. It's
so
yeah.
scarred by the formation.
No, so thing with
it's
the
so
three.
scarred, dude. My FIFA team's name is no 3-4-3. Yeah,
No, I mean I
yeah,
like the formation. I like how Crystal Palace play.
yeah,
Like they
but
have a very good
yeah,
wing back. They have a very good left wing back.
and they
Yeah.
have very good center back too. So
No, centre back is fine. Like what? So the
yeah,
issue
the
with our
two wing
defense
backs,
in
yeah,
three
the
four
wing
three
backs that
was
run ahead. Yeah, yep.
It's
our
more wing player.
wing backs don't fall back in
Hmm.
time, and when attackers from the opposition team start running in towards our three centre backs, they don't know whether to go and commit or to fall back, keep falling back.
Yeah.
So there's enough space between the midfielders and the three centre backs, and there is no one to cover. So it basically becomes like 3-on-3 sometimes or 2-on-3 sometimes when opposition attacks.
Fair.
Yeah.
So if that
So
Yeah.
so I've seen Crystal Palace play.
yeah, if that is the case,
Bol
whom
bol.
is a good option for you as a potential option?
Right wing back. Oh,
No,
manager.
for manager.
Sorry, manager.
Yes.
For me, Nagelsmann. For me,
Okay.
Nagelsmann would work fine.
Same
I
actually.
think he's
Wow.
coached good teams,
Guys, just to
but
put this
I'm
out,
very
even
skeptical
Nagelsmann
of
has played
getting.
3-4-3 in the past. I'm not saying I'm saying he's susceptible to play
But he's
3-4-3.
he
That is
can
not his
adapt, right? That's
go to
the
formation. Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
also skeptical of getting someone who doesn't have a
Yeah.
proven Premier League
Yeah.
experience or record.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
mean,
why I
It is
feel like we should get someone who's done well in the Premier League, relatively well.
Iraola.
So that Iraola.
Yeah,
Iraola.
I personally want Unai Emery, but
Oh, that
Aston Villa is
Emery
doing really
won't.
well.
No, man.
no, Villa
Emery
isn't
would leave
letting.
in a
But
year. The way he
Aston Villa
is.
is
Yeah.
doing so well that
Oh
it's
man.
Yeah.
difficult for him to. But
But
yeah, if
actually,
Unai Emery comes to Man United, I'll be very happy.
what he's done, all of these managers, right? Like the funniest thing is Nagelsmann, when he took Bayern, he couldn't handle the pressure. You had Unai
Yeah.
Emery who went to Arsenal. They had one good year and then a horrible year. You have Iraola who
Yeah.
could be potentially like a good manager, but the worry is how will he scale from a small team to the pressures of being at United? So that's
Yeah.
going to be the. So at this point, it almost seems like
That's,
you just
I,
hit
I
and
would
hope,
want to.
or you
I would want to
hope
throw
that
another
you
hat.
make the right.
I was going to say I would want to throw another hat into the pool of names. What about Roberto De Zerbi? He has history of being tactically sound and also taking up,
He's already
against the
rejected United
management.
twice.
Yeah.
But he's
See,
rejected United twice already, I think.
no. See,
I don't know what
besides
that
that,
means for the manager
Amorim
or the
at
club.
least fought with the board. No, but Amorim at least fought with the board in the press conference. De Zerbi will kick somebody in the field. That guy is a madman. Dude, the way he fights for Marseille is insane. I'm like, what are you looking for? Dude.
But I guess that's because he's in Italian league, right? That's how they are there. All of
Right.
them. Yeah. He
Yeah.
was different when he was in Brighton. I didn't hear anything bad when he was in Brighton.
I mean, he was again like touted to be like one of the next upcoming coaches, but somehow it
I
just
think, yeah,
never
he was
worked out for him.
tactically
Yeah.
But
shrewd
okay,
and a good
like,
manager. I think he was also a bit outspoken.
yeah, bit is an understatement,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
but
yeah,
actually,
Bournemouth manager would be a good choice now. That guy doesn't have a team anymore anyway, with Semenyo leaving, right? I think he's in a bad shape right now. So he would be easy to convince.
no, I mean, see, honestly, I think he has taken Bournemouth
I can't hear
wherever
you.
they can. I don't think Bournemouth can go any further.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. So,
What,
but
further than 14th place? What are you saying,
no,
man?
I mean, like he's
But are they
honestly,
14th now?
Yeah,
he
they're
has
14th, man.
no.
It's
I mean,
fine.
at some point, weren't they second? Like, I mean, with the
No,
squad
no,
that
they
they
were
have,
good. I was just
with the
joking.
kind of
They were
players they
last year.
have.
They were good.
No, and even in the summer, did they lose their complete defense? They lost their goalkeeper. They lost
They
Yeah,
both
did. They
their
did.
almost.
center backs, left back. Who
Their
was their
left back.
They lost all back fours and goalkeeper.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, with that, keeping the team there is a big deal. But okay, managers aside, currently it seems like it's going to be either Carrick or Ole is going to be back at the wheel. Whom would you prefer out of the two?
I'd prefer Ole.
Ole, for sure.
Between the
Yeah.
two, obviously, but I don't think it's a good decision to go back right now. But it is what it is, I think. I think it's just very less friction when it comes to Ole between the club and him right now. Like that's what the owners want at this point of time. Like there's very less friction. We want someone who knows the club, will probably not create a fuss.
Yeah.
Uh,
They'll
since we are
always
getting
create
him,
a fuss, man.
no, I don't
It's
think
United.
Ole.
Yeah.
No, with Ole, I don't think he's going to demand like
Yeah,
I want this player or that player. Like, he's going to work with that
correct.
squad. So
Yeah,
I
I think
I
that
would like Ole personally. As I
Okay.
said before, less friction. Uh, there's not more focus. There's more focus on what is happening inside the field than outside the
It
field. That's what
is.
that's what we want right now as a club.
Yeah. Okay. So definitely, whoever signs now is going to be a 6 month thing, and then in the summer you are going to try to find
Hopefully,
the new man. I mean,
hopefully, yeah.
hopefully, that's what we are reading into right
yeah.
now.
But
Um,
it's going to be a nice big merry-go-round in the summer because I don't know how long this Chelsea new manager could last, will last. You don't know. Plus Glasner, like whatever, Iraola, everybody is ending their stints in the
yeah,
summer with the World Cup. Invariably, a lot of the managers of the big teams end up getting sacked. So that's gonna be one. So it'll be it. It almost seems like every summer you think this summer is the most busiest so far, and the next summer ends up being even busier than the previous one,
Yeah.
right? For some
And
reason.
this year is going to be about managers, I think.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, because Man City are pretty much signing every player that there is out there. So,
Yeah.
I mean, all
And
that is,
Chelsea.
well, yeah, Chelsea as well. But Chelsea somehow end up signing smaller players, or how do I say, young upcoming players, and like whether they end
Youngers,
up
yeah.
doing something or not is a different story. Or
Youngers, youngsters.
or the greatest Garnacho. Like
Yeah. I mean, he's
whom
still a
Aavishkae
youngster.
called him dead wood waste.
No, no, I didn't call Garnacho Deadwood. I am being specific. Rashford was Deadwood and Jadon Sancho was. Garnacho was a class player, just wrong attitude and I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fame or the short term fame got
Rashford was also class player. The
At some
attitude
point.
no,
was the
yeah, but
problem.
no, he was class player, but he wasn't playing well at United. I mean, he just
What?
couldn't care to run.
Yeah.
No,
Simple.
But
man.
actually, one interesting thing that happened today is throughout Amorim's time, Mainu played barely any minutes. Today, the first game that Fletcher took over, Mainu came on in the second half. He didn't do much, but at least he got the
He
opportunity.
only got 15 minutes only, right?
Yeah, 15
Came on
minutes.
at 74 minutes.
It's still okay, right? Like under Amorim, he wasn't playing a lot of games. Like he came on for 15 minutes in one game, and then a lot of games he won't even come.
Also, I
So
think he came on today because Bruno had to be subbed off
Hmm.
because he was not
but
100%.
even otherwise, like Zirkzee, who Amorim ended up playing a lot. Did he play today? Did Zirkzee
Yeah.
even come on
Yeah.
today?
Again, substitute, yeah.
Yeah.
Sub.
So, like, do you
I
think that?
think Fletcher's substitutions today were more uh,
To protect
political
player.
than anything else, I feel
I
like.
also thought.
And
I
like
also
he
felt.
brought in. Oh, sorry, I will go ahead.
Yeah,
No, no, I was going to say it did seem political, but I was also listening to his like press match conference before and after. At least what he said on the press conference was it was backed by what the medical team had supported. Like both Bruno and Sheshko were like coming off
Yeah.
from like long injury layoffs, so there is no way they would have been able to like play the entire
Yeah.
90 minutes. So
Yeah.
there is that lens to it as well.
No,
man.
absolutely.
But it is going to be very interesting because generally with Man United, even was it last year it happened that after Eric Ten Hag got sacked, Ruud van Nistelrooy came. 3 games or 4 games they won on the trot. Everything seemed like, oh wow, everything is going well. And then it didn't work out. And even the first time when Ole came, I think United went on a crazy run initially under his management. I feel like at this point, if not anything, the team galvanizing and kind of playing well might just work out this year because everybody else around you aren't playing well. So if you can actually take that opportunity, there could be a silver lining to the end of the season, right?
With the luck that United has, once we start playing well, everyone around us is also going to start playing well. And we are going to end up at sixth or seventh again.
Hey, I mean,
No,
you never know, man. Even Chelsea is going through a transition at this
yeah,
point, and like Bournemouth,
Yeah,
as you said, like lost their best player, and then you
yeah.
have Newcastle who have been again on and off, like pretty
Yeah.
much.
I think yeah,
Liverpool,
Newcastle is fifth now, though. They are fifth now.
They are, but like the way they played at home against Leeds didn't really like
Like
say much
yeah,
about it.
most teams are not consistent across the board. Even like
Mm-hmm.
Brentford, they have a run of games, but then they do draw or concede. Point
Yeah.
being, I think anything four and down is pretty open and up for grabs. So
Yeah.
whichever team is able to sort of consistently churn out, I wouldn't even say performances, churn out results. Positive results
Yeah.
might end up being in the
Yeah.
top 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So
Top four. Yeah.
No, I mean, because honestly, Aston Villa went on this insane 11 game run. But before
Mm-hmm.
that, they started off, what, 5 games, no goals or something in the
three
beginning of the
losses
season.
or something to begin the
Yeah,
series.
exactly. And now, again, like in the last 2, 3 games, they seem to have dropped off because with this squad, no rotation, you can't
Yeah.
really keep up for longer, especially in this time when games come thick and fast. So you never know, like the luck that has gone against United for so long. If it turns even a little bit, this could be a great season for you to actually make use of it and come in the top four. Where hey, end of the season, that might give you money to sign a good, like a midfielder that you really wanted as a squad, like whatever, Baleba, Wharton, or whoever, right? That might just be something that the squad needs. But like one thing that, again, this is going to be a very controversial topic. Like one thing that got me thinking was that Arteta in what 5 years, 6 years has what two
8 years.
trophies to show. Yeah, 8 years has spent billion and a half, whatever he keeps spending money on players. Has put two FA Cups to show for it. See, I'm not gonna say that they have not done well. Arsenal has consistently finished second, but do you feel like United need to initially, if the manager is okay, doesn't do well, just back them on the basis of promise, or do you still think it is better to go the Chelsea way, where like it's the exact opposite, right? Somebody doesn't go, you sack them, next one, sack them, next one, like.
I had this point when I think Gaurav was talking about Arsenal and Arteta, I think some time back, and it is foolish to compare phase 7 of Arteta, I don't know, phase 8, phase 9, whatever phase he's on, with like the first year of Amorim. Like we should have backed him at least for 2 to 3 years and then compare the result, because
Yeah.
in my opinion, the first year results were not great, but those were not bad as well. Like we were around, I don't know, between 5 to 10 numbers. So I think this was the decision made out of impatience, and yeah, it's shit. It
Not yeah, not
sucks.
no. I was going to
First
say
season of
no,
who you're talking about?
I think
Amorim,
this
like
This
This is the
season.
first full
first
season.
full
Yeah.
season,
first full season. Yeah,
yeah, I
Yeah.
think
and
the new club hierarchy
sorry,
is ready to support the manager overall. But in specifically in Amorim's case, it was sort of his own undoing, both in terms of his not inability, or his whatever reluctance to adapt and change,
Stubbornness. Yeah.
and stubbornness, and also of course his off-field antics. And apparently the press conference was the phase of things that we saw. Per news reports, there was also like sort of a backlash, or strong differences of opinion behind the scenes as well, with the director of football, and the hierarchy. So that,
Yeah,
I
I'm sure
think, is
Yeah.
sort of was
that
the
might
the
have
final
happened.
nail in the coffin for him. I'm pretty sure the hierarchy did want to support as such. Like overall, I still remember many of a couple of Jim Ratcliffe's one-off interviews. He did say that their view is to support the manager, and they did say that, recognize that it's going to take time. And what is what Project 2028, the 100th year or so, that they wanted to go win the league, and so on and so
Yeah.
forth.
He
but
had said he would give full three
but
years to
but
Amorim.
man,
So
how
something definitely changed in last couple of weeks.
like they made a mistake with Dan Ashworth and now Amorim. Like
That's
how
I
many
agree.
more mistakes are you gonna like keep doing? And the reason I didn't say like the preferred manager for me, because I'm still kind of going through the breakup phase where I still love the ex. I'm not ready for the next. So,
wow, poetic,
Wow, what a
poetic.
poet.
Order, Atif.
but
No,
on the lighter note, I mean, I don't know if I should say this or not, but I think there is certain precedent we can make him a manager. Like he'll be the greatest president ever, greatest manager ever. Like people say he'll the best manager they have ever seen. Like they are smart people. And I think some Gaurav has
Who are
got
you
what I'm
talking about?
trying to say.
I'm trying to look away. I'm trying to
Yeah,
look away.
So
yeah, I don't know what you're saying
we
there.
just should just announce Manchester United Peace Award or something like that to the person, and that person will join the club.
Hey,
Yeah.
after the fights that you've recently seen in the last couple of weeks, Peace Award is a little further away. Maybe Ole can get that. See, if Ole comes in some whatever, like peace to
Yeah,
the
I
club,
think
well,
that
you never
I think
know.
Ole would be nice for next 6 months,
Yeah.
honestly. There
if
is,
yeah,
I'm guessing there is chaos in the dressing room right now. I think he understands the culture, he understands what the United way.
I was going to
So
say
he
the
will
same.
help
Yeah,
settle things at least for 6 months.
But
yeah, I was
again,
going to
now
say the same thing.
these new actually, with these new managers coming in, do you think there will be certain players who will benefit or not benefit from whatever this change has happened?
Yeah.
Like, do you have
I
any
think
name?
it's not the manager, it's going to be the system
Hmm.
which prohibits, say, say if you go to 4-2-3-1, three midfielders play.
Okay.
I think Manu benefits from that.
Yeah.
Gandhar is talking like a true fan of Elvish Yadav, like putting a system in the place.
Can he
Wow.
just mute you perpetually?
No, but honestly, like Mainu's biggest concern for Amorim was that he doesn't run. Right? I mean, it's a fair point that three
But it
midfielders might.
was,
Not run.
I,
I think
I
he said
never,
he was weak. I mean, indirectly he said he didn't have the positional sense he would want in a number six maybe. That's what I think he said.
Okay. Okay.
Also, with playing 4-2-3-1, Euro might lose out his starting place because we are only going with two centre backs.
That
Mhm.
would be the
And
case for many centre backs, given United have many centre backs in the first team squad right
who,
now. Uh,
yeah, but
there
who
is
are available?
definitely going to be, yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Licha would start on the left, Shaw would start. So Dorgu is going to sit out if that happens.
That's
And
fine. Yeah.
then, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, that's not a problem.
I mean, yeah, Dorgu was not. I mean, he was not bought to be a starter. I think it's a project. It's probably a 2 years project for him to get up to pace and then um,
Shaw
get his
eventually
place.
goes out,
Get
but
his place in the starting 11. I
Seventh
think.
phase
Man,
yeah,
project.
he assisted today. He scored in the win against Newcastle. Like he's probably your most informed player, no?
yeah.
I
So
mean, if
that
you play Shaw as a left winger, then he would also be there. He just plays further ahead. He has no. Even Amorim said this, right? Like he has lesser responsibility of tracking back. Now that he doesn't have to probably look over his shoulder if someone is running or not. So it's less responsibility in that position as a left winger.
I
That's what I
think
feel instead of
I
left
think if
winger.
not anybody, it might really help Ahmad, right? Because Ahmad was playing right wing back under Amorim. Like given his
But
attack
I don't think he
ability.
starts ahead of Mbumo.
Oh, actually, that's a good point. Because I thought like
yeah,
even for isn't he
But
scoring for I think
Ahmad
Ivory
is
Coast?
actually really
Ivory
doing
Coast.
very well
Yeah,
for Ivory Coast, yes.
Yeah,
yeah, he
but
is. But you
he
can't,
won't start at the base.
yeah, you can't make high-profile players sit like player who
Man,
has been consistently really well in terms of attacking stats in Premier League for last what 5 years now.
yeah,
It's like
Yeah.
what happened with Liverpool, right? They made Salah sit, and it was
it
all
blew up. It blew
yeah,
up.
yeah,
But I'm sure
But
yeah.
that is
I
not going to
feel it's
happen
a
if Ahmad sits out.
Yeah,
No,
it's not the same thing.
yeah,
not the same
exactly.
thing.
No, I think
Yeah,
Gaurav was talking about Mbumo sitting
yeah.
instead.
I was talking about
Yeah.
Mbomo sitting out.
But I have
Mbomo
actually
should
felt like
definitely start.
Memo
Yeah,
as a personality has been very amicable overall, right? But I mean,
Who?
honestly,
Mbumo.
without that, you have options. You have Mbuemo. If Bruno, he still wants to play Bruno a little further back. He can play like an Mbuemo or a
I
Cunha off
think
the
It's
forward or
a
whatever.
waste. I think playing Bruno as 6 or 8 is a waste. I feel like
8 is still
he,
fine, but 6 is, yeah.
yeah, but 10
Yeah.
is perfect.
Dynasty. I mean,
Tennis.
now that you have this attacking talent and like so much tailored to that 3-4-3 formation, if you move to a 4-3-3, it's gonna create a different headache to see which attacking players like Ole or Fletcher would end up playing and where would they play, because
Yeah.
as you mentioned, right, there is no left winger. Like eventually Cunha ends up playing left winger,
Ends
or
up
maybe an
playing left
Ahmad
wing,
plays
yes.
left.
Or
Yeah.
I
But
think
Dorgu.
what
Or
will happen
Dorgu,
is
guys.
we'll favor one side,
no
which
Dorgo,
will be the
please.
right hand side, and we always attack from that side.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we had Ronaldo, right? Most of our attacks went through that side. We
Oh,
also
like
had Nani,
because
of course.
sure.
We also had Nani. But I'm just saying, I think today also, if you look at the game between United and Burnley, they were only playing through the left hand side. Like in the first or second half, I saw, I think 60% of their attacks or 65% of the attacks came through the left hand side, of their
Ah,
left hand side on our right side.
right.
One possible reason is Dallo was playing right back. But
Who
Man,
still,
was
I'm
who
just
was
saying
playing
that
right wing today?
there was no right wing. I
Cunha.
mean,
No.
Cunha was
Cunha, I think,
supposedly,
was on on the right hand side.
The
yeah,
three was Cunha. Okay.
yeah,
Yep.
but Cunha was just floating around everywhere. Like,
Yeah. He
That is who
that's
he
that.
is. That is what that is who he is.
yeah,
And that's why I
that's
think
what,
he's suitable on the left side. Because for Wolves it was as well, I think he used to play on left.
Left.
for
I
Yeah.
believe
Wolves,
just
he
so.
play
can he
behind
got
the
the
striker.
Bruno
Yeah,
role, man. He
left
got the
and
free role,
can kind of. Yeah.
Yeah,
So he can do the same here.
man. But I mean, honestly, given the fact that there are games coming thick and fast, there won't be so much time to dwell over the manager changes that happened at United,
yeah.
and you'll pretty much kind of like whatever formations, whatever combinations you have, you will just keep churning through, and you're bound to find a successful winning combination because the quality of the players is there. Like the quality of the players is never under question. It's just probably the commitment, and if the manager can pull that commitment out of the players, hey, you never know, you might go on a run. Whom do United play
Yeah.
in the next whatever January? Do you
There's
anybody remember?
FA Cup Brighton
FA
at
Cup
home,
is Brighton
Brighton at home,
and
That'll
then
be tough.
Arsenal.
and then
How?
City, I think.
Ooh.
17th is City, I think.
Oh, City and then Arsenal then after that.
Yeah.
How? Not
So
an
tough
easy
games.
run of games.
No, but that's why we need Ole. Ole would make sure that all three games we win.
Actually, he was actually good
No.
against like teams where you have to
He was
strictly
really good
cover,
against Pep.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Pep
even
will be
Amorim played, I think, well that game, right?
Pep.
One
Yeah,
last
Amorim
year.
played against big teams. Amorim played really well. Against small teams, that was our problem.
No, I think the maybe with Sheshko, hopefully he doesn't get injured. If he
Back in
can like
form,
take
yeah.
whatever form that he had today, if he can take that in the games, he can be a handful because he does have the physicality, the power, the pace, everything to go with it. It's just I mean he's definitely not the finished article, but hey, maybe after if you have what Mbuemo and everybody coming in, Sheshko doesn't fit
Hmm.
in, you can even start Cunha up top, right? Like you never know. Like play
That's
Cunha.
what we did, I think, when Sesko was injured.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean
Cunha played
time
up
yeah,
time
top.
to take him in the FPL team. So that's what I was looking for. Man.
yeah.
But yeah, all in all, it seems like from a United perspective, it was doom and gloom in the initial couple of days, but I think today's performance, or I mean, it was still a draw, but the fact that you went back to a 4-3-3, and the fact that it seems like there are still options and players who could benefit from this, and Sheshko scoring actually has been like a big fillip because otherwise, it seemed like the same three or four players were actually just turning around everywhere, right? Bruno would do everything. You will have a Mbuemo do everything or an Ahmad do everything. If you have other players turning up and contributing, that sort of helps the club kind of move ahead. So yeah, I mean, unless you guys had any other topics that you wanted to bring up, it's pretty much going to be everybody waiting for the next game before seeing what United and actually who ends up being the next manager for them, right?
So I had one question for you folks as non-United supporters. Who do you think would be a good manager for United?
Honestly, I I remember Gandhar telling me that Maresca might be a good option. For me, the worry for me again was that he's a
He might
like,
speak up
how do I say?
against
He's
that.
again a
Yeah.
very frictional manager, so he ends up causing issues. My first vote was going to be either, like as you say, any international manager that comes out, either Tuchel or Nagelsmann. But in the essence of time, in the essence of planning and everything, I would actually go for Iraola because I feel he is right at the cusp. Definitely deserves an opportunity at a bigger club, but I feel he is level-headed. He has the ability to rebuild teams like he did this year and even last year, and he has experience in the Premier League. Like, hey, he has definitely like played here 2 years. He has developed players.
Yep.
Like Kirkes looks shit under Slot. He looked like a world
Mm.
class left back under Iraola. That was the system, right? So you never know. Like you have somebody like a I don't know, Dorgu, who probably is this unfinished article. He can turn him into like a next level player. So I feel, and of course, him being out of contract in the summer, you can sign him without the World Cup in consideration, and he might do a good job.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that is whom I would have voted for technically. Yeah, Arvind.
No, same. I would have gone for Antonio Areola as well. For probably all the reasons you said. Overall, tactically shrewd manager. I think, overall he bodes well with the philosophy of the club. He will be someone who will come in and help young players develop as well, which is historically what United have done. So that will be good for United's academy. Again, tactically shrewd, and he's also someone who seems to be sort of humble, or at least who knows how to sort of address the press. That was seemingly both Maresca and Ruben Amorim's undoing. So you definitely want someone who's
Hmm.
the who knows to be politically correct, for a lack of a better term, who doesn't
Yeah.
unnecessarily create stir of attention outside of the field. So that would be my bet. And
Yeah.
also, if possible, I would probably want to get him right now. Going back to the same theory that you have the World Cup and a summer where you would not get an extended preseason. If that's the case, rightfully so, bring someone right now, right? So that they have an extended period of time to work with this set of players.
Hmm.
The,
Yeah.
the only issue with
Makes
getting
sense.
someone now is then that manager will be judged on these 6 months as well.
Yeah.
That's what I
We-
don't want.
Also,
Yeah,
there is two parts to play overall as fans.
yeah, yeah.
United fans have to brave through some difficult and transitionary period. I think that is what Liverpool fans did. That is what most club or most fans go through when
Like,
you go through transition. Arsenal are still going through it.
like we are fine
Arsenal
with it.
Arsenal are still going
We
through
have
We are
it.
been
fine
going
with
through
it.
that for the
10 years.
last decade.
The
We
the
are
the
going through
people
that.
who have issues is Gary Neville, Roy Keane, and all
No,
these
See,
ex-legends,
with the
United legends.
yeah,
I think
no,
they create more fuss.
Yeah,
that's their
they
job.
create
Let's
fuss
be
for sure.
honest.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. That's their job. They need to do that. That's what runs
Yeah.
the media business. The point I'm trying to is, as hierarchy and management, they need to be level headed and firm on their choices. If we are ultra critical to begin with, we can even question Ruben Amorim's uh, hiring in the first place. For someone who's that stubborn tactically, should probably not have been brought in then, like if that was the final
Mhm.
undoing.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyone
Exactly.
and whoever has to come in will definitely needs to be given time to sort of establish
Mm.
their working style and principles. But it's
I mean,
definitely an interesting
it's
time ahead. Unfortunately, there are not many big names available right now that you would want to go and poach right off the bat. So
but
it
I
is
think,
Honestly,
definitely
I
a
don't want a big name.
yeah,
I
I think
I
it
would
will.
avoid getting a big name, to be honest. Like big name comes with too many expectations. Like we
Yeah.
are
fair.
again
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
go through the same cycle. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is the best thing is there aren't a lot of options now, which makes it like a very obvious decision, as Gandhar said, right? Like the manager shouldn't be judged on the next 6 months. You uh, pick an interim, as you say, like who's the least
Mhm.
friction, can maybe galvanize the club for the next 6 months. But the thing is, you make sure. Like no matter what, it's a 6-month assignment. And then in the summer, when like you probably have more time to look at options, you pick your best option, whoever there is, and then yeah, start afresh. See, every time there is a new manager who comes in, there is always a period of, I'll say, excitement, in the sense that it could end up being the best thing that can happen, right? Because when I feel, when was it? When Mourinho came in, honestly, I was fretting the fact that a big personality at a big club like United could actually make the difference. And honestly, the first 2 years he did. He actually finished second, won the Europa League, won the League Cup, I think, or FA Cup. He actually turned the team around. And after that, Mourinho being Mourinho ended up fighting with people. So if Iraola can or Iraola or whoever comes in can actually work with the system, and hopefully with Ineos going towards a DOF like route, if they can set that in place, get good signings in like a midfielder or whatever, you never know, man. Next year might be the mission 2028 might be on.
I have just on that note, I have just one thing to show to
Yeah.
United, Manchester United owners, and one thing to say. Like first of all, this, and the second thing is you're all big cunts. Like grow a
Wow.
pair,
Rant.
give a manager full 3 years, give the full backing, and then cry about the results.
Yeah.
Don't
I don't.
otherwise
Yeah,
just don't
I
hire the
don't think it's
people.
Amorim was fired because of results. He just
No, I
outburst
don't think it
everything.
was result based now. I don't think
He
so too.
just is a he just cost too. I mean,
Yeah,
I think at some point everybody lost patience with each other. That's
Yeah.
probably what it is. But yeah, man. And actually, when does Ineos's control over the sports side of the club end? Like, isn't there a certain number of years that they were going to get control, or
No,
they're going
This
to
is
remain?
permanent.
no. I
No, no,
think
no.
the idea was they are going to keep buying 5% or something after every few years, every so many
Oh,
years, and then they'll eventually have the full control. But yeah,
yeah,
sporting control is the thing.
yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting. So, yeah. So we'll probably again try to touch base in a month or two, because there will be a lot of things that will happen in a month. Did you have something to say, Avishka?
Yeah.
One last rumor that I read today. I mean, I don't know if like 100% rumor that Cristiano Ronaldo was like someone asked Cristiano Ronaldo, "Would you be interested?" And he said,
Being the
"Maybe,
manager,
yeah."
No,
the
no
Buy the
way.
club, buy the club.
Buy the club.
Buy,
Wow.
buy.
Is he that rich?
Wow.
no,
Uh,
he's
he
not that
has
rich.
he has Saudi backing, man. Like he literally has the Saudi royal family backing.
No,
But
they
I
won't
think
sell.
but they
I
can't.
don't think money was the issue with Glazers when
Ma-
Qatar came in, right?
Blazers are cheap fucks who want money. He want to mooch out
Yeah, but
the entire
No,
available cash
no,
from the United.
but even otherwise, right?
no, that's
Even
not the what I was
otherwise,
getting at. What I
but
mean
I
is their valuation of the club doesn't match with what others think the club is
Yeah,
valued at.
no, but honestly,
I
they
mean,
they
the
value the club
PIF
higher.
already owns
No.
Newcastle. I don't think they can buy another club within the same
Yeah, they
league.
cannot
The
buy
conflict of
United.
interest.
Yeah,
So unfortunately, your dream might remain a dream, Avishkar,
your
for the
rumor is a rumor. Yeah,
but that will be interesting, because I did read
at
a news
this
You can
about
buy
at
Southall
this
United.
point, I would okay Elon Musk buying the club at this point. Like I just want Glazers out.
yeah.
no,
Well,
that would
I
be
mean,
worse, man.
that's a long conversation which will on go. I think Gary Neville has been fighting this battle for what, 2 years, 3 years now? Like he keeps in every interview, he keeps saying Glazer out, Glazers out, Glazers out, and nothing's happening. So I
And
mean,
fans are saying it for 10 years now. So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't really get
they're
anywhere. But
they they
yeah,
they are
and it
trying.
doesn't matter, man. It's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, look, I think the day Amorim got sacked, the stock price actually went up. The United stock price.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah. I was
Wow.
tracking. So which is very, very weird, but sure.
I was going to say to sort of conclude, it was a very non-controversial, very civil conversation between
I
United
know
and Liverpool fans. That wasn't really
till
Yeah.
scripted.
Avishka
That
came
I
in
would
at the
want to
end.
end.
No,
I
because
would want to end
we
on that
didn't
note.
compare Liverpool.
Let's.
I
Yeah.
was
I would
hoping we would
say,
do that.
yeah. they're two clubs of not the same stature, right at this point in time. So we will
Yeah,
refrain
yeah.
from
No,
comparisons right
please.
now.
No, but honestly,
And
No,
I
honestly,
saved all my words till
no,
end
but
so that
no,
you
but
can cut them
honestly,
off.
no, but actually, the way Liverpool are playing right now, in 2 months when we come back, I won't be surprised if United
they
is
might.
third or fourth and Liverpool is seventh.
It could happen. Yeah. Interesting time
I
ahead,
mean,
guys.